Welcome everyone to HueFin, also known as HueFin News. Today is July the 16th, 2021. You guys can see from our price chart, we're going to give you all a price prediction in the market for AMC. You guys can tell from our last price prediction that we anticipated that the market weakness in AMC was still there and that we were expecting the price to go lower. And you guys can see clearly that that is exactly what occurred into this particular space. So now there have been some other news that came out recently about the AMC Apes trying to hire an attorney called Wes Christian, who is trying to go after the hedge funds, right? I'm going to give you all my perspective. I'm going to give you all some information that I will have linked in the description of this video, just in case you all want to read about how hard it is to prove market manipulation in the stock market. Okay, so now before I break all of this down, before I break all this information down, if you guys want to join our community, our team, you're more than welcome. We're here. We're not about all the hype, about all the FUD, all the FOMO. If the price is going to go higher, we'll tell you. If the price is going to go lower, we'll tell you that too, because our community is what we value the most. We're not here to get the clicks. We're not here to get the support, the subscriptions, anything of that particular nature. We value us being in position to win off of the traps price movement. That's what's more important. And if you want to join our community, we're here. The doors are open. If not, there's a plethora of other AMC channels out there that is literally just hopping the market, trying to pump up the price just to see the market can do a short squeeze. We're not about that life. And the price is weak. We have to tell everyone on our team to be prepared for that. I mean, would you have appreciated someone to tell you back here during June, the ending of June, beginning of July timeframe, that the price is going to go lower? Because every time the market dipped, there's plenty of AMC channels out there that's been pumping this stock, telling you all to continue to buy the dip, and the price continues to go lower and lower and lower. I guess maybe they think you guys have unlimited access to funds. But for us, we want to tell everyone in our community to be prepared for this weakness. We wanted to show everyone you have to be prepared. We're seeing weakness on this price chart. So make the necessary precautions so that you don't get caught in the weakness. So now let me show you it's probably one of the hottest topics right now for AMC and probably even GameStop, because Chad Brewer has hired, you guys can see, all you have to do is put in the lawyer's name. His name is Wes Christian. Okay, he's a prominent attorney that deals with securities fraud, market manipulation. I know he has been an attorney for Overstock recently. I think back in don't quote me on this, early 2000s, about a short squeeze or selling short the Overstock shares previously. Okay, but all you had to do is simply type it in Google, and you could tell that a lot of the AMC channels that simply pumps up AMC has been seeing this as a very positive thing, that the AMC Apes has hired a lawyer to try to take on the hedge funds. Now, for us on this side of the charts, we pay attention to what the price is doing. So over the next couple of days, if you're listening to my voice, you need to pay attention to see what price does, because everyone is trying to make this seem as if it's a very positive thing, not understanding how the true dynamics of lawsuits and court cases really work. Right? Pay attention, because we need to see if mainstream media picks up on this, because right now they're not. They're not even trying to mention that the AMC Apes, quote unquote, has even hired an attorney to try to go after the hedge funds. Because one of the biggest problems is, okay, we get it that the market, that many people think that the market is manipulated, right? Many people think that. Cool. Chad Brewer hired Wes Christian to try to take down the hedge funds. Now the question is, first, who is that hedge fund or that business that you want to take down, or that you want to sue, or that you want to take to court? Presumably, I think many of the AMC Apes would say that it's Citadel that they want to take to court, right? Cool. So now Wes Christian is trying to go after, let's just say, Citadel. One of the biggest problems with investigating and prosecuting stock manipulation is proving it, right? just if you guys don't know, this is Wes Christian right here. He's the one that is trying to represent the AMC Apes. It's not like a class action lawsuit right now. I don't know if he can actually turn into that particular notion for a class action lawsuit to go against Citadel or another hedge fund. But this is him. This is he right here. Okay. So now this is where I really wanted to show you the issues of proving market manipulation. This is the article that came out, I think 2020, issued by the iosco.org. Like I said, I will have the link to this PDF form in the description of this video. Okay. Now, proving market manipulation, this is section 5 of the report. Okay. Given the difference in the nature of securities and derivatives markets, proving a manipulation involving these markets may require different types of evidence and analysis. Okay. Separately, the laws in different jurisdictions may be distinct as to the elements that comprise the manipulation violation, and issues of proof will vary accordingly. Additionally, exchanges have responsibilities to maintain orderly markets and prevent manipulation with anti-manipulation rules, and in some jurisdictions may have the power to investigate and discipline members who violate these rules. The discussion in this section is not intended to catalog the common elements of market manipulation in all jurisdictions. Rather, it is intended to serve as a discussion of certain elements that TCWG4 members have identified as necessary to prove manipulation in their jurisdiction. Okay, so it goes into some of the items that is necessary to prove market manipulation, right? Investigating an artificial price or price effect. That's one. 2, investigating the possible distortion of the laws of supply and demand. Then it breaks it down into other subsections, right? 3, proven intent. Nature of intent. Not all jurisdictions require intent or proof of intent in order to establish manipulative conduct, when intent is a necessary element to prove manipulation. Some jurisdictions focus primarily on whether the conduct at issue was done with fraudulent intent or with the intent to mislead. Other jurisdictions require proof of intent to create artificial prices, and then it breaks those down into subsection as well. Okay. Next section, which is right here, section 6, the challenges in taking enforcement action against manipulation. There's standards of proof. In many jurisdictions, there is a different standard of proof for civil, administrative, and criminal actions, with the highest standard of proof required for criminal proceedings. I would suspect that Wes will not be trying to take the criminal route if he in fact goes ahead and tries to sue a hedge fund, but rather might be civil or administrative in nature. In all 3 types of cases, though, it will often be difficult for the regulatory authority or prosecutor, what would be Wes, to obtain direct evidence, either through documents or testimony of manipulation. In some cases, the regulatory authority or the prosecutor may be able to obtain such direct evidence, such as the testimony of a co-conspirator that he, she, and the defendant intended to manipulate the price of a certain security, derivatives, contract, or asset underlying the contract. More commonly, however, the manipulation case will have to be based upon circumstantial or indirect evidence and inferences based upon that evidence. That's common, is that the case would be based upon circumstantial or indirect evidence and inferences based upon that evidence. Such inferences may be based on patterns of conduct, the fact that the defendant has a pecuniary interest in a given security, derivatives, contract, or underlying asset, the defendants having taken steps to effect a rise in its price, and the trading patterns or irregularities that emerge from an analysis of the trading data. It's a lot of proof that Wes will have to do at whichever hedge fund he tries to go through to try to think that they're manipulating the price In this particular situation, it might be AMC. So like I said, I will have the link to this report. Let me go over to scroll to the top. Investigating and prosecuting market manipulation, May 2000. The addendum to the report was published in April 2013. And one thing I wanted to show you all that both sides needs to be careful of the hedge funds and even the retail traders is the types of manipulative conduct, right? There was a section down here, right here in the objective, okay? The objective of manipulative conduct would normally be to make money either directly through transactions or by other means. Some examples of how this motive is achieved include influencing the price or value of a security or a derivative contract so that the manipulator can buy at a lower price, sell at a higher price, influence takeover bids, or larceny transactions, or combat competitive transactions. It seems as if that both sides of this transaction, whether you're the retail trader or you're a hedge fund, it's going to be real important that the retail trader, these individuals who are pumping AMC and a short squeeze, clearly they have an agenda as well too. So everyone who is literally trying to pump up AMC stock, trying to get the short squeeze to happen, they need to be careful as well, because the defendant, if Wes takes a hedge fund to court, can also come and sue these individuals to say that they're trying to manipulate the price in AMC as well, because they're trying to influence the price based off the videos that they produce, because they want to sell at a higher price. This is clearly one of the objectives of manipulative conduct based off this report. Influencing the price or value of a security so that the manipulator can sell at a higher price, buy at a lower price. In some jurisdictions, dissemination of false or misleading information constitutes a separate offense prosecuted under laws not specifically directed at manipulation. But again, influencing. These are all the objectives of someone who wants to manipulate market prices. And these videos that is amping and hyping up AMC is trying to do just that. They're trying to influence the price of AMC stock, right? So everyone who is trying to be involved in AMC needs to be real careful. I know that many people think that the AMC movement is something very powerful and they're trying to take on the hedge funds, but these smaller YouTubers will have issues if they were to get sued as well, as part of this issue that Wes is trying to take on with the AMC Apes. So from our viewpoint, from our standard, if Wes was to take a hedge fund to court, right, and say that they was manipulating the price for AMC, the outcome would be they will settle out of court. These hedge funds have billions of dollars at their disposal. They're going to hire the top lawyers, just like Wes is on the prosecutor side. The hedge fund will hire a very expensive attorney to represent them. And if Wes can prove manipulation, just understand that the hedge fund will just pay out in court and settle. And then the same conundrum that is going on right now will continue in this space. That's what we would see, or what we would expect to see into the market for this particular security, AMC, if it is to go to court. But there's a lot of hurdles that Wes will have to go across to try to prove intent, proof of market manipulation, and those things of that sort, right? So again, we don't focus in on all that. Our attention is based off the price chart, because where price is where we're going to be and try to get in a position and win in this space. But like I said, this is going to be a great opportunity to see how this whole plays out. This whole situation plays out. It will be a great opportunity for us to learn a lot from it. So if you're part of our community, like I said, let's sit back, try to digest a lot of this information that's going to come from both sides. Because one thing we haven't seen yet is, okay, now we see the AMC section trying to hire attorneys. Now the hedge funds, if there is any validity to the manipulation, they would do the same thing and hire their own attorney. And we'll see this whole thing play out in court. Okay, so now let's focus back in on this price real quick. Like I said, we played a weakness into the market in AMC on July the 2nd. That was the last time we did our video. We did the update video into the market on July the 2nd. Still playing a weakness in AMC, and literally on that day, the price in AMC came all the way down to our ultimate area of TP. So that's around 13%, 13.4% we garnered from that price prediction. Now, let's say we're still into the position now of us expecting the price to go lower. We'll be up about 35% in that prediction, just right there. Okay, so now that's done, that is over. Let's go ahead and take that away. And first things first, we saw some things occur over the last 2 trading days in AMC, right? Some very positive things. Now, first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to clean up my chart because I don't want to put confusion here on our channel. That's why we don't give you articles. That's why we don't give you reports. That's why we don't give you earnings releases and anything of that nature, because it doesn't benefit you in terms of where market is going to go. It just doesn't, right? Because I understand these YouTube channels, these YouTube videos here, since Wes, which is an attorney, is going to represent AMC Apes or the retail trader, they're going to expect this price to go higher. Cool. The market has already confirmed that though. And I'm going to show you this here. Okay. So I'm going to take this line right here. I'm going to get rid of it because the price is not trading up there around $64 anymore. And I'm going to take this line here, and this is going to be our support line. Okay. So now check this out. This not just happened by coincidence. Let me zoom out. Take a look at this. Take a look at this. This is where AMC was all the way back in 2017. Take a look. And then again 2015. So it's not like we're in unfamiliar territory in the market in AMC. This is where price was going to come all along when the market started showing us that weakness. This is a very, very important area for AMC. $36. Okay, we need to remember that because the market confirmed that restriction back in 2015 and then again in 2017. So we need to see the price in AMC trade above $36 from here on out. So like, if the short squeeze is going to happen, this was the prime opportunity to come through and buy some AMC stock right there on that $36 line. Okay. So let's take a look at the different time frame though. So I'm going to hold that line there because it shows reference to what's important in terms of price and where the market in AMC is anticipated to go. Okay. So it's around 36, but I can also see it here too. Around 32. Okay. So it's around that vicinity. So let's do that. I'm going to keep it around 32 so we can use it as a reference point. All right. All right, so check this out. Let's take a look at the market in AMC on a 3-day time frame. So now, what we have here on the 3-day time frame is a probable precursor of strength. That simply means that the next 3-day price bar, the market needs to close above it. Okay, $40 is where the market is going to get tested as restriction or selling. That is where we would expect the trap to try to lower the price in AMC. Okay, now if the market is able to break a price above $40, then we can see the market literally, let me see this on a 15-hour time frame. come back up here towards, you know, $42 to $44. That will also be on the table. Okay, so now seeing how we came and the volume came through on yesterday's trading to substantiate that the buyers came into the market in AMC. Okay, that proves that. So that kind of confirms that this area of $32 to $34 is where the market came in to support price. That's very, very positive to see. Now, switching this back over to the hourly time frame, we can see here that all of this trading of sideways that the buyers came into the market right here, okay, which is very decent, which is very good to see. We needed to see an increase in volume and strength to come in to show us where the market stoppage is going to be from this movement to the downside that we endured towards the end of June. We needed to see this type of event. Now, I'm not telling you that the market is done with moving lower, but we found a resting spot and it's right there around $32. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to play the strength into the market in AMC. We like what's going on in this particular space based on what has already occurred from yesterday's and the day before yesterday's trading. Okay, so now what we're expecting to see into the market in AMC is, yes, to see this market come back up here towards the market is already pre-market around 38.35. That is pretty much where the first area of restriction is. Now I'm looking forward to around 40 and then all the way up here towards 44, okay, or $43. That's where I'm looking for the market in AMC to try to go over the next couple of days, right? So I'm not telling you that we're going to short squeeze all the way up there to $100. That's not what's being reflected on the chart, but on a daily time frame, we can still see this particular price in AMC go higher, right? So that's what we're going to play around with. We're going to play the strength into the market in AMC under the premise, because we've seen how the buyers came in with this high volume and supported price around $32, which was also acting as restriction back in 2017 and 2015. That's very important for us to see that. Okay, now long term, this is the weekly time frame. This is indicative of weakness, right? This is still showing that the market overall in AMC is still giving us more weakness than strength in the long term, but it doesn't mean that we can't go higher on a day-to-day basis. That's what we're playing our prediction off of, is on a day-to-day basis. But weekly, take a look at this 2-week time frame. This is definitely showing forth weakness. So we all still need to be very vigilant on price at $32. We need to be very vigilant of that, because we break $32 to the downside, we're going to come back down to 28 and then 24 in the long term. Now daily, I'm not looking at that yet. Like I said, we're playing this on a day-to-day basis. So we're playing the strength right now into the market in AMC. We will understand if we're going to go lower and break $32 to the downside once this price gets rejected either at $40 or $43. If we get rejected around those two price levels and we don't see any more strength, we're going to come back down and test 32. I'm just saying. So this is the lookout. This is what we're expecting the price to do in AMC. So now I want to know, what do you all think? Where do you think the price is going to go? This is our updated price prediction into the market in AMC. We're going to play the strength on this particular round, and we're going to see how high the price is going to be able to go. First area is around 40, and then ultimately around $43. And then from there, we'll come back in and see whether or not we got the weakness or the strength. Because if we got strength at 44, then we're going to top out around 48 and then 52, right? We're going to stair step our way to higher prices. Okay, so now I want to know, drop a comment in the comment section and tell me what do you all think. Like I said, I will have the link to this particular report in the description of this video if you guys want to read this whole report. But for us, we just focus in on this price because price tells us everything. So let us know. Make sure you maintain the profitability, and as always, trade different.